Hello, my name's Ben Davies and welcome to my England World Cup diary. It's probably not going to last that much longer, is it? England won, Uruguay 2. That was a grim performance. Grim result and incredibly hard to watch. As you can see, I'm very deflated and disappointed indeed. But I will garner 5 talking points from my World Cup diary that I penned last night. So amidst the blood, sweat and many tears, there are some words here just about legible. Number 1, Hodgson should not be exempt from criticism. I love the man. He's very sweet. I'd love to give him a hug. Probably like to go out and just a gentleman's day out, a bit of tennis, a bit of rowing, a nice cider. However, question marks about him really in terms of how he managed the team last night. Against Italy, we were full of verve, vigour, youth, and we were progressive, we attacked. He suggested all of those things were going to appear again against Uruguay, who were looking incredibly shaky after losing against Costa Rica. Preparation looked good, the spirit of the camp was great, but none of that, pretty much zero of that, materialised onto the pitch last night. And we have to question why. Why has fear strangled England yet again? Number 2, the forearm of Godin. Yep, forget the hand of God. Let's talk about the forearm of Godin. So Diego Godin, or Godin, however you pronounce it, he picked up a yellow card for a cynical handball, and then just a few minutes later, on the 29th minute, he put a forearm to Daniel Sturridge's throat as he was going for a through ball on the right-hand wing there. That was quite possibly a red card, almost certainly a yellow card. 1 yellow plus another yellow equals a red card, equals an early bath. He should have been playing with rubber duckies, not international players. That would have been carnage for Uruguay's backline after having 2 changes before the game. You would have liked to have think with a red card, England would have certainly got a draw, if not a win. So that is a huge game changer for me. Number 3, Gerrard absent in the heat of the battle. In theory, Gerrard's our leader, he's our captain, and he's shown those qualities before, very much so, especially in qualifying. However, this World Cup has been quite dismal, both in terms of leadership and performance. Rooney's been the scapegoat, but really look at Gerrard. I mean, 2 big mistakes last night. Arguably both led to the goals. They pretty much did. However, I was more disappointed by his just general manner. He just seemed to, I don't know, be besieged by a lack of responsibility, incredibly immobile, passive on the periphery of the game, even getting bullied off the ball by Suarez at one point, who was 75% fit. So that was incredibly confusing and probably the most regrettable part of the night, that we needed a leader. And I know it sounds old-fashioned, so we needed a leader, we needed a captain, but when you're running around like headless chickens and there's no real fight there, you look to your captain, you look to your leader. And last night, no one could look to Steven Gerrard for inspiration, and that's very sad indeed. Number 4, Rooney has got a monkey off his back. Yes, one of the very few highlights of last night was Wayne Rooney scoring a goal, his first World Cup goal. And it was a pretty good performance too. I mean, a lot of his critics would have loved him to have put in another stinker of a game, but he didn't. He had a free kick we just missed by a few inches in the first half. Also headed onto the crossbar. People say he should have buried that, but I think that was a lot of athleticism to even get to it. He made himself an own chance in the second half. Should have slotted that away, good save from the keeper. And then finally he was in the right place at the right time to knock in Glenn Johnson's quality cross. So impressive, I'd say, for Rooney, considering all the criticism and pressure that he's been under. And it's a massive if. It's probably an if the size of Paris, if we do have a chance of still going through and we need to bag 2 or 3 goals against Costa Rica. He's absolutely the first man on your team sheet. You can't argue with that. And finally, number 5, I suppose we should mention him, the sensational Luis Suarez. 4 weeks ago, in a wheelchair, knee surgery. 4 weeks later, 2 goals. World-class performance. 2 chances, 2 world-class goals. It's incredible, really. And a really sweet moment after that first goal, you have to say, when he hugged his the team doctor, who must have done an incredible job to even get him 75% fit. So congratulations to Suarez. He did look good. He might even go on to win the Golden Boot. And there's also a shred of jealousy looking at Suarez. He's a world-class finisher. And we don't have that, let's be honest. Rooney is predatory, but he's not an out-and-out striker. And Sturridge, he's more full of promise and potential at this stage. We haven't had a world-class striker for a good 10, 12 years. Maybe Michael Owen in his pomp. And without that, we have no foreseeable chance of getting anywhere beyond a quarter-final. And that is a fact. So then, 2 games, 2 losses, 0 points. Not gone entirely to plan, but there is a small chance, a minute chance, a 12% chance probability, apparently, that we can still go through. We need to belt Costa Rica when we play them on Tuesday, but most importantly, we need Italy to do us a ginormous favour. We need them to beat Uruguay and Costa Rica. And brilliantly, Mario Balotelli said on Twitter, if Italy pull off that almighty feat, that almighty favour for England, then he'll expect, yes, desire, a peck on the cheek from Her Majesty the Queen. And you should absolutely get that, Mario. Indeed, Liz, if you're listening, pucker up. You're going to need to snog Mario. I think that is enough of an incentive to make Italy do what they need to do. 2 wins, England can still go through. Liz, do it for us. Do it for the World Cup. And do it for England. Until then, fingers crossed and goodbye. In Roy Hodgson, we trust. Possibly. I don't know anymore. I genuinely don't.